We probably associate Grand Theft Auto with
Oh shit. Here we go again.
this, or this. But no matter what you feel or say about the games, Rockstar had created something phenomenal here. Something so grand that GTA became the fifth highest selling franchise of all time, only topped by Tetris, Pokemon, Minecraft, and Call of Duty. But what was so special about the game? Why could we relate to it? Or was it just aspirational? Was it the kind of life we wanted to live in our own deranged imagination and GTA just came in as a replacement? I believe it's much bigger than that. GTA San Andreas brought the black culture to the forefront, especially in nations that did not face racism against blacks. Now, needless to say, India has its own issues, and blacks face issues here as well. But the black population in India is so minuscule, so minute in fact, that other than monuments, airports, or large scale events, you will rarely see a foreigner live in your vicinity, especially a Westerner. But GTA was different. It made us, the players, feel like we were a part of the game. That's because it was sadistic. It was violent. It was amazing. Let's start with some context. 1990s were an eventful decade for the city of Los Angeles, where the game is based out of. With the crack epidemic coming to an end, street rivalries at an all-time high. It wasn't just about the civilians. Police brutality was still a major issue in the West, and the beating of Rodney King took it too far. The story might be based on this time period, but the gang rivalries began a few decades ago. In 1969, Stanley Williams and Raymond Washington united to form a group they called the Crips, later known as the Crips. During this period, they encountered the duo of Sylvester Scott and Benson Owens, forcing them to form their own group, called the Bloods. Anyone who has a rudimentary idea about the history of gang violence in the United States would know these names, the big two of the many gangs that exist to this date.
Bloods, why are you in the gangs?
Why is we in the gang? I guess because the area we grew up in, man. Everybody go in that area, man.
Their terror was so widespread that you couldn't even walk the streets showing a gang sign, fearing there might be a rival member around. Gang signs, another one of their signatures, along with the blue bandana for the Crips and the red bandana for Blood. These rivalries are similar to the Grove Street vs. Ballers rivalry, which forms a major part of the game. Just like real life, these groups have their own bandanas, gang signs, and carry weapons with them at all times. The Grove Street is more similar to the Bloods, more specifically to a group called Lime Street Peru Bloods that also wear green color. Ballers wear the Grape Street purple color. As the game progresses, you see Grove Street members throw up gang signs similar to the OK sign used by the Bloods, and the Ballers making the C sign of the underground Crips. The beating of Rodney King was a dark chapter in American history. Riots broke out when the officers associated with the brutality were acquitted for a lack of evidence. There were similar instances in the game where Frank Tenpenny and Eddie Pawlowski are the officers associated with most of the gang-related activities, but they have a love-hate relationship with the gang members where they are both aggressive with the gang and friendly with them, coexisting in a weird toxic setup. But the game never went into the brutality of the era, whitewashing the more aggressive elements of the relationship in the process. All in all, with all its accuracies and inaccuracies, GTA San Andreas depicts a somewhat accurate picture of what went on the West Coast, be it the rivalries, the violence associated with it, or the police brutality. GTA San Andreas was a culture-defining product that shaped the way we look at the 90s on the West Coast. Elements of rap and Eazy-E and Tupac songs added to the game jukebox, guns, sex, and drugs being a regular, with the complex relationships the gang members displayed throughout the duration of the game, leading to one of the craziest turn-off events when Big Smoke turns on CJ, our protagonist, depicting the snitch culture and its presence in that time period, which brought many gang members to the dust. I look back at San Andreas fondly, with nostalgia running high as I search for the topic. The game truly was culture-defining, a staple in all sense of the word.